Hello everyone, this is Reverend Adam once more, and today I'm making a video on how to make your own Vesta powder. Vesta powder is used in cleansing houses or ritual rooms in order to get rid of negative energies and kind of give that room a blessing. Vesta powder can also be related back to Vesta, the goddess, and if you want to know more about her, please visit your local search engines like Google or Yahoo in order to find out more, as I always encourage you to do your own research as well. Today we're going to be using two very simple ingredients for making the Vesta powder. Yes, it's only comprised of two ingredients, believe it or not. The first one is saltpeter, which you can pick up either on my website, which is innerlightcatalog.com, or at your local spiritual store. It is not a normal, common household ingredient or something that you would have at your house unless you practice magic. But it is used for several things. It is used for keeping women or men loyal in their relationships and only sexually active with their partner at home. It is also used as a cleansing agent in certain rituals, rites, and spells. Even in mojo bags sometimes to kind of ground things. But overall, I think that it is more commonly used in making your own powdered incense from home, which I will post a later video on how to make that. So you're also going to need what you do find in your house, which is confectioner's sugar, or also known as powdered sugar. We're going to need a spoon, a napkin, and your homemade Florida water or the Florida water that you got at your local spiritual store. Florida water, if I said holy water, I meant Florida water. What we're going to do is we're going to cleanse the spoon now with our homemade Florida water. And this kind of not only cleans it in a practical sense, but also in the spiritual sense, as it will get rid of anybody else's energy that has touched the spoon prior to you doing your work. You want to make sure that when you are making things from your altar or working with anything on your altar, that it is only with your energy that you are working to start off with, even if you are doing work for clientele, friends, or family. And we're using our napkin now to just dry off our spoon so nothing will really stick to our spoon. We're going to use our bowl. And we're also going to need something to burn it in, as we will do a test afterwards. And I use my little chalkboard so I don't burn my tablecloth if anything comes out. First step is to go ahead and, or the second step now, is to go ahead and open up your saltpeter. And you're going to grab 1 teaspoonful of saltpeter. It doesn't have to be exact, as long as you're just kind of eyeballing it with your teaspoon here. And you're pouring it into your mixing bowl, and then you go ahead and grab your confectioner's sugar, also known as powdered sugar. And you want the same amount, so just 1 teaspoon of powdered sugar. And you're going to place that in your bowl. Then what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to go ahead and mix it up really good. You want to make sure that they're all mixed in there perfectly. You know, there's not one, like for instance, powdered sugar more on one side than there is saltpeter on the other. You just kind of want it all mixed up so it's all one powder itself, comprised of both of those ingredients. And make sure you don't really have that many chunks in there, because either the saltpeter and the powdered sugar can clump up on you sometimes when it's been sitting in this package for very long. And I have these ingredients around, so, you know, they're always underneath my altar if I ever need to make more. As you all may know, I have a storage unit underneath my altar for those things. And now that we've mixed it up, you want to make sure that when you're done mixing it, it kind of looks like a fluffy cloud of powder. Can't really see it very well on camera, so I do apologize for that. I will be getting a better camera, hopefully pretty soon. And now what we're going to do that it's all mixed up is we're going to go ahead and test it. Forgive me, I do kind of like to clean as I go along. That way I don't have too much to pick up after myself afterwards. And we're going to go ahead now and put about a half a pinch of our homemade Vesta powder into our bowl. But because I'm doing a video and I want you guys to see it, I'm just going to add a little extra than my half a pinch to make sure that you guys get a good view of what this stuff does when you light it. I do not suggest using a metal bowl when making your Vesta powder, as metal bowls and spoons together can create sparks, and before you know it, your whole mixture is already on fire prematurely. So please use metal, not metal, but glass bowls as much as you can when mixing these materials. And now I'm going to light it and let you guys see what it does. As you can tell, it's created a lot of smoke, which is what the purpose of this Vesta powder is. And it also creates sort of like a flame in the bowl itself. Now that flame itself is also a cleansing agent to the room or the workspace that you're at when using your Vesta powder. One of the things that I do with Vesta powder is I will go ahead and put some in the bowl when cleansing a client, and I will have them make sure that they stand over it, but with their feet far enough apart, so that way the flame doesn't rise up and get on them, you know. And I will go ahead and light the Vesta powder once more with them standing over it. So now the smoke goes upward and carries all that bad juju that was on them into the heavens to be converted and used later on as a positive energy. Not all of your Vesta powder will light sometimes, and that is when, you see, you either need to light it again or go back and make sure you add a little bit more each of the two ingredients that you used to make it in the first place. Sometimes you can experiment and add a little bit more, let's say, saltpeter than your powdered sugar. But you got to get a little bit creative and do what works for you. A suggestion, never add any more to it than at most a half a teaspoon more than the other, because you don't want it to become too powerful. Alright, well, hope that helped you, and blessed be.